I'm a solo developer with only 137 subscribers on YouTube, and yet my game has almost 1400 wishlists on Steam. And the craziest part, I didn't spend a single dollar on marketing, and none of my videos went viral. Hi everyone, my name is Tkachenko, and I'm the solo developer behind Necrology, a first-person shooter inspired by classics from the 90s like Quake and Doom, two of my favorite games of all time. Over the last 3 months, the game has gone through a lot of changes. I've been working around 16 hours a day, and I feel like it's finally time for another development update. I've always believed in the old saying, a good product sells itself, but today I would add something to that phrase, as long as you show it to the right people. In my last videos, I felt like the game reached a few fans of the genre, but the response on YouTube was much smaller than I was expecting, so I decided to try something different. I started sharing the game in communities dedicated to retro FPS games, and the response was incredible. People wanted to play the game. Some started debating the inspirations behind Necrology. Some mentioned Turok, which is a game I never played in my life. One person even commented, "Necrology looks like it's gonna do for Quake 2 what Dust did for Quake." And even Andrew Holshot left a message of encouragement. Thank you man, that meant a lot to me. It felt like confirmation that all the work I had been putting into the game was actually paying off. Every spike on this graph represents a new post about Necrology, and slowly I feel like I'm building trust with the community. The biggest spike actually came from a completely organic post. Someone shared screenshots of the game on Reddit with the title "Something very good is coming," and the comments were hilarious. People started joking about the characters. Technician turned into Skibidi Toilet, and the Centaur somehow became Mecha Vin Diesel. But jokes aside, I also received a lot of great constructive feedback from players who love these games as much as I do. Thanks to those people who took the time to help me improve the game, I feel like Necrology reached a whole new level of polish. One of the biggest pieces of feedback was about the weapon recoil and player animations. They didn't feel right, and that made sense, because until that point I was using the Unreal Engine default placeholder animations. So I went back and created a new animation directly inside Unreal. Now the weapons feel much more responsive and fluid. The shotgun was also completely reworked. It now has a new model and a brand new sound, and it feels much better to use. Another big piece of feedback was about the Centaur enemy. His animations felt stiff, and sometimes he looked like he was sliding across the ground. I also wanted to add something I really love from games like Doom Eternal, enemies that can be destroyed piece by piece. So I created a gibbing system, where different parts of his body can be replaced with destroyed versions of the mesh. Now the player can actually destroy his weapons. When that happens, he stops behaving like a gunner or ogre and starts behaving more like a fiend from Quake. So in a way he's like a fusion of 3 of my favorite enemy types from Quake, all combined into a single character. I also put a lot of love into the damage animations. He's very strong and can take a lot of damage. The fastest way to defeat him is destroying his head. That's where his human brain is. Right now, I'm working on a playable demo for the game, so everyone will finally be able to try it out and see how fun it is. At least I think it's very fun. There's still a lot of things left to finish. I would say the demo is 85% complete. If you want to support the project, the best thing you can do is wishlist Necrology on Steam. It helps a lot more than you might think. So if you're still watching this, thank you very much, and I see you on the next time.